Welcome to Cold Brew Finance's end-of-day world currencies, stock markets and commodities wrap-up for Wednesday, June 4th, 2025. Kicking things off, I'm Victoria Cashmore. Major currencies showed broad strength against the US dollar. The greenback had a notable downward breakout against the euro after 3 days of flat trading. The yen gained over 1.26 points, while the Swiss franc strengthened by 0.71%. Year-to-date performance shows significant weakness in the greenback, declining 9.3% against the euro, 9.9% versus the Swiss franc, and 7.7% against the British pound. The US dollar showed mixed performance, with notable weakness against the Kiwi, falling 0.53% after breaking from sideways movement. The only bright spot was against the Rupee, where it gained 0.19% amid strong upward volatility. Week-to-date returns highlight continued pressure on the greenback, with the steepest declines against the yuan at -0.68%. The rupee stands as the sole exception, with the dollar gaining 0.51% since the week began.
Looking at global stock market tracking ETFs, I'm Max Profit. South Korea leads today, surging 3.3% with strong upward volatility in a very strong positive trend. China and Turkey both show 3 consecutive days of gains, while Sweden maintains a very strong positive trend. Year-to-date returns show impressive performance from South Korea at 25.7% and Sweden at 23%. China has gained 16.9%, while Turkey shows a decline of 12.5% despite recent positive momentum. Among declining markets, Thailand shows the largest drop, falling nearly 1% with a strong negative trend and breaking downward after 4 days of consolidation. Brazil and Philippines remain in sideways movement, despite their overall positive trends. Despite today's declines, year-to-date returns remain strong for most markets. Italy leads with a 32.7% gain, followed by Mexico at 28.7%. Thailand remains the notable exception with an 11.7% decline for the year.
Considering commodities, I'm Liquidity. Gold futures rose to 3,396.80, up 19.70, showing a very strong positive trend. Silver futures and copper futures both displayed upward volatility, with copper gaining 1.3%. Aluminum futures advanced notably by 2.6%. The metals futures are showing strong year-to-date performance. Gold leads with a 28.6% gain, while silver has risen 18.5%. Copper has advanced 21.7%, though aluminum shows a slight year-to-date decline of 3.5%. Energy futures are showing mixed performance. Brent crude and crude oil futures both declined 1%. Natural gas showed resilience with a mixed positive trend. Gasoline dropped 2.1% after breaking from sideways movement. Year-to-date performance in energy markets shows considerable weakness. Brent crude and crude oil are both down over 12%. Natural gas has managed a slight gain of 1.9%. Gasoline remains relatively flat for the year. Livestock futures hit notable milestones today. Live cattle and feeder cattle both reached new all-time highs. Lean Hogs surged 4.7%, also reaching a new peak. Class 2 milk gained 2.7%. Year-to-date returns show strength across livestock futures. Lean Hogs lead with an impressive 29.2% gain, followed by feeder cattle at 15.7%. Live cattle have advanced 10.9%, while Class 2I milk has declined 5.4%. In grain futures, rough rice showed strength, rising 3.7%. Soybean futures broke downward from sideways movement, falling 1.4%. Oat futures declined 2.8%, despite maintaining a very strong positive trend. Year-to-date performance in grains shows mixed results. Oat futures lead with a 13.1% gain. Soybeans are up slightly at 1.5%, while corn and wheat both show modest declines around 3%. In soft commodities, cotton futures showed notable strength, rising 3.1%, with a very strong upward trend and increased volatility. Orange juice declined 3.8%. Sugar has remained flat for 4 days, despite showing a very strong negative trend. Year-to-date returns show significant variations. Orange juice has declined 44.4%, while cocoa is down nearly 16%. Coffee futures stand out with a positive year-to-date return of 7.4%.
And with that, we conclude another end-of-day world currency, markets and commodities wrap-up. I'm Victoria Cashmore, along with my AI co-hosts Max Profit and Lou Quidity. Thanks for watching. Look for daily wrap-ups every day just after 5 p.m. New York time. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Cold Brew Finance is an experimental project with market reports written, narrated, and delivered totally by AI, with market data kindly provided by financialmodelingprep.com. Always seek professional financial advice before making any investment decisions. Check into the channel daily for coverage of stocks, crypto, currency, and commodities. Thanks for watching.